Hello guys, my name is Zhatelier, and welcome to a new series on my channel. Today we'll be playing Supreme Ruler Ultimate, and it's basically a geopolitical game. It does have military you can fight, but there are some flaws to that system, but we'll get that to later. But yeah, we'll be playing Supreme Ruler Ultimate today, and we'll start a new game. We'll start in Sandbox. Sure, let's go with the brinksmanship, and we'll actually go with El Salvador, which you'll probably know from the name of the video already. And we'll be trying to get World Conquest going. And actually I forgot to put music on, so one moment. We'll be listening to House of 3 musics, because there are musics in the game. But usually it just plays one track over and over again, so to get a little bit more nuance to the music, I guess. But yeah, we'll be playing as El Salvador. Let's go through the settings. Resources, yeah, they'll be standard. Initial funds, no new bonds. Approval effects low. We'll actually take the loyalty penalties to plan line of sight off. Not that it really matters all that. Well, actually, it does matter quite a bit. It does make things a little bit easier. I'm gonna take the spheres of influence out. And next, fog of war, yes. Enhanced range and spotting, yes. Yeah, let's eliminate units once we destroy. So, first of all, once we conquer lands, we don't just get some First World War units that we don't really need. I'm gonna disable the diplomatic merchant marine because it's gonna lag the game a little bit. Also gonna tick off the weather and Battle of Atlantic. We are going to use rail transport, and game settings, military difficulty will stick to very hard. Because I'm pretty comfortable, I can do a lot with that. Because, who knows, I mean, this time I am actually playing in a setting or version that the French might not be able to jump 40 years ahead in tech soon-ish. So hopefully that fixes some. In previous attempt that I did off camera, I started fighting US at some point, once I had pretty much all of South America, and US was allied to France, so France sent troops that were a lot stronger than my units. Basically one shot and my unit would retreat, so it was a little bit annoying. But anyway, economical diplomatic difficulties will keep that. I'm going to tick off the Allied victories. No, not fixed capitals. I'm actually gonna enable road or rail removal tool. Not that we'll probably be doing that much, but just in case, if the AI does build any rails in an odd manner. Although I haven't seen them do that much. But anyway, we're gonna go with complete victory. And volatility is low, and we'll jump into the game. And Franz Joseph died 3 months ago. Yep, I know. Right, we start over here. We don't have much. We currently produce timber, we produce a tiny bit of industrial goods, and we produce some food. But that's pretty much it. I mean, some of the... Oh, we actually do produce some electricity there, and of course the towns produce a little bit as well. But it is indeed just a little bit. But first of all, I'm going to deploy all my reserve units. Then next we're going to put the initiatives on these low. The minister can do garrison control, I think. And maybe military spending. Next, production. We'll put all the build off from all of those. Next, first of all, we need to lock minister from all that. Next, we'll put artillery guns into the research table because we need artillery. And it's gonna unlock some things for us to use. Of course, since we're not playing any of the major nations, we won't have custom units for the most part. It's general units that everyone can use, which may be problematic down the line, but we can of course buy blueprints for units from nations, assuming we don't anger them too much. But that means that we now have 3 recon units and 6 infantry. So we're gonna move the infantries over there. You're gonna stay here because the first nation that we're gonna attack is going to be Honduras. Of course, first things first, we're gonna have to start support the opposition so we can actually get the war justification going. We can get it up to about 70%, which means that the effects of declaring the war will be a lot smaller, or the negative effects will be a lot smaller. Also, we can actually, let's put on the high ground. Okay, so if we put a scout there, we can probably see about that far. 3 hexes in, and I'll put another one over there. We'll keep one over here though. I'll put that off now. And right, so I do want to actually try this. I haven't done this before all that much, but I'm gonna lock all the resources. I'm not actually sure if there's a quicker way of doing this. I'm not an... Well, I mean, I've played this game a lot, so I know a lot of the tricks and stuff, but if you have an advice, please give it down in the comments. Okay, right, finances. We're not gonna... Okay, we're gonna lock from social spending and bonds. We're gonna let them do the taxes and, well, yeah, repairs they can do as well. And in social spending, we're gonna have to up the healthcare, education, infrastructure. Oh, come on, there we go. And actually law enforcement as well. And family subsidies. It's gonna be a little bit expensive. I'm not gonna deny that. Also, we are going to probably have to up that a fair bit. Also, and we are going to want some military goods, maybe up to 1,000. It's gonna be fairly expensive, but hopefully we can get that. And let's, now that we unpaused, I'm gonna go very fast. See how it starts going. Maybe we can go the fastest. Okay, tensions are high. Hopefully I didn't forget any domestic prices too high. Okay, Korea. How high are they? Oh, okay, yeah, let's lower it to about 100% extra. So it's gonna lower the usage of the petrol a little bit, but not too much. But yeah, as I said, my goal is to conquer the world. First we'll take out the smaller countries here. Aside from British Honduras or Belize. But yeah, we'll take the smaller countries here, then... Oh! What did I click? Okay, there we go. After that we might... Well, actually, once we've taken Panama, which will be a bit difficult, I think. Until we get some ships going on. But yeah, we'll probably take Colombia, then Venezuela and Ecuador, and maybe Peru. At some point Brazil might declare war on us, and at the same time we might try to take out Cuba and Haiti and Dominican Republic, because those are all independent. And after a while we'll probably have to take Mexico, although I'm not sure if US declares war on them first or not. Anyway, let's keep going now. But yeah, well, Conquest will be a long-term goal. By the way, how is our... Okay, we got 2% right now, but it's been only working for less than 2 weeks, so it's gonna take a while. Also, I'm gonna make these into a battle group, and then if we go battle groups, we can rename that. We're gonna rename it to battle group Spike after one of my patrons. Will be the spike that will be wedged into their lands once we get the chance. We are actually gaining a little bit of money, not much though, but a little bit. We should probably build something. By the way, how is our economy? Let's have a look. Unemployment 30%. Ooh, okay. Overall tax rate is pretty high. The thing is, what could we produce something that others want? I mean, food is of course an option. Consumer goods might be good, but for that I think we need... yeah, we need rubber, and there's probably gonna be a rubber shortage eventually. I mean, additional industrial goods also maybe not a bad idea. Or military goods. Do the military goods... okay, they need the same stuff. Hold on. Oh, okay. Interesting. So, industrial goods do need electricity. But I mean, I do think that the other goods factories do also use electricity, but just not as much, I guess. But anyway, let's actually have a look at the resources we have. We got food that we could easily expand a little bit. We don't have rubber. We got timber. We don't have petrol or coal. We do have some metal. Not very much. But I mean, setting up a mine over there might be a good idea, because the darker the red, the more there are resources in that hex. And depending how red the hex is how many of those installations you can put in a province. I mean, each province can have a complex and then 6 installations. Complex can be a town or military or industrial complex, basically. And depending what it is, determines what you can build on that hex. For example, if I want to start producing military units, which I certainly do, I'm gonna have to build military complex, or I'll have to conquer Guatemala, which is a possibility. But yeah, we got basically iron. We don't have uranium. We can... basically, electricity means that you can place hydro power plants there, so we can actually use hydro over here, but they are extremely expensive, so I'll rather not. And then there's population. Apparently our countryside has, well, no population at all. That's a bit unfortunate. Right, so what we can build... we could technically... hold on. Let's recheck. We could technically build an iron mine over there. Of course, if we have a look at the pricing, production cost is 25, market price is 27, so the profit is not very high. Here you can see the blue triangle, hopefully. That means that there's opportunity. Unfortunately, the profit margin over here is not very high either. In food, it's a decent one, so maybe we'll produce more food. We'd actually build even more there, but I guess 1 is good for now, so let's get the clock ticking. Oh, we are a little bit in the debt right now. But I think we'll be fine. Okay, how much does it actually use? Okay, so we should have enough industrial goods for that. Barely, but still. Oh, and by the way, I think we want to increase the salaries and training a little bit on our military to make them more efficient. But yeah, technically we could build an iron mine there, but we don't really need it right now. Eventually we do, but at the moment we'll be fine. Now let's have a look at the war justification. 8%. Okay, so it's getting there. It's gonna take a while. That's why we'll probably be speeding up quite a bit here. Okay, domestic price is too high. Okay, so how high are they? Okay, well, let's lower it a little bit. I'm not gonna lower it too much though. We almost got 1 million of cash, which is not very much. Germany and Ottoman Empire are allies for the time being. I'm pretty sure the war should be starting soon. We are having a shortage. Oh, right, they're up the price of. Oh, yeah, it's skyrocketing. Right, I think the next thing we need to do is, after the agriculture thingy is ready, we might want to increase our industrial goods production, which of course is going to be quite expensive to do in the beginning, but eventually we will get that going, and then we can actually start building a lot more. So it's going to be snowballing our economy. Currently we are basically a banana republic, more or less. But that will change. El Salvador shall be the... well, I wouldn't say dictator of the world, but we'll conquer. But well, the reason why I chose El Salvador is because it's a small nation, so in the beginning you don't have much to govern. And you got some small nations nearby that if you can outmaneuver them, you can easily take them out. So that's going to be useful. And once you taking out all this land aside from the American Canal Zone, which unfortunately we can't take. Okay, consumer goods, there's another short... oh, crying out loud, did they up the price again? Yep. It is certainly skyrocketing. Let's go with max of 6,000 for now. Well, I'm not gonna lower the price for the time being. Anyway, how is our domestic approval rating? It's not very high. We got about 2 years until election day, so if we want to stay a democracy, we'll have to get the domestic approval rating up quite substantially. Also, let's have another look at the... okay, 15%. It's growing pretty steadily. But yeah, unfortunately we can't really build anything in terms of military units yet. I mean, we do have... oh, the farm is ready. It should give us some money, and let's actually have a look at what we're selling in terms of money. Well, yeah, we actually, with the sales of food, we actually covered the buying of consumer goods. So we are getting some money there. Right, we can see a little bit... hold on. Okay, now we can see again. That was weird. But yeah, GDP is not very high. We are on the rank 138. Well, another reason why I usually play as El Salvador is because it's... well, first of all, yeah, as I said, a lot of expansion paths. It also has the lowest of GDPs around here, so you start poor, but you do have a lot of potential. But I usually start on the First World War start anyway. Okay, are they still demanding it to be lowered a lot? Okay, let's lower it to maybe 95% of the price, because the price has been going up a lot. Can't really deny that. Okay, artillery guns. Oh, right, our research is not working daily. Efficiency is 76, so it should be at 100% once we get our education up. Also, how is our domestic stuff? There's a little bit immigration, a lot of immigration, but our population is growing. Literacy is 79%. That's not too bad. But once we get the war justification on Honduras, we will try to take them out. They might have some garrison units, but if we check their military, they got 3,000 men in their military, we got 7,000. So we have twice the numbers. So I'm pretty sure we can take them out, but it's gonna be a bit expensive. That's why we tried to stockpile a little bit of military goods, and we'll actually buy another 500. Okay, we bought the 500 right away, okay. I'm cool with that. Well, most of the 500 anyway. I think about 2,000 military goods will be enough to conquer most of their lands. There's probably the northern parts will still be something we'll have to take, but or have to wait to get more military goods. But with this speed, we'll be able to start the war maybe on May or something like that. Or actually, maybe a little bit sooner. That's a bit hard to say. But yeah, basically what we'll do is our recon will harass these towns here, while the infantry or army battle group Spike will advance first here, then wait for the supplies to spread over here, and then take out the capital. And if we have a look at the supply map mode, we have decent supplies over here. I mean, basically, opacity of the color means how much there's supplies, and it fluctuates a little bit. Now our research has stopped again. Yeah, it's a little bit costly, so it's only using it while we have, I think, over 1 million. That's what it looks like, at least. Yep. Okay, so it's basically once every 3 days. Not very efficient yet, but eventually we'll get there, and we'll start once we get the artillery going. Speaking of which. Yeah, that needs the artillery guns. Not very efficient though, although the range is, well, actually not all that great. But it does... Oh, these guys are very good at infantry. 7 compared to these guys, 5, but on the other hand, these are not very good at hard targets. So, tanks and such. And not very good at ships. But we might have to use these guys a little bit more. In as a coastal battery. But we don't really need a coastal battery right now. Okay, so how is our 24%? Okay, so we are getting there. Meanwhile, let's have a look. Okay, we do get that alright, and the food price has gone up a little bit. So that's good. Oh, the timber price has gone up as well. So we're getting a little bit extra money from there as well. How much? We don't have much in terms of industrial goods though, which is a bit concerning. But we do produce a tiny bit, but it's like if we have a look at the building, it produces 340 per year. So that's not much. I mean, if we wait for a few years, we can build another farm or something like that, but we'll probably have to buy a little bit. Speaking of buying, perhaps we should do the purchases right away. So it's gonna impede on our research for a while, but I want to get the industrial goods production up a little bit sooner. But yeah, in my off-camera game, I've managed to advance somewhere around here in Mexico against the US. At the beginning, fairly beginning, I divided Mexico with US, and the border was somewhere around here, I think. And then once I had conquered pretty much all of South America, aside from British Guyana and French Guyana, the US decided to declare war on me. So I decided, oh, why not? And at first I had some troops already waiting here, so it wasn't too bad. I advanced a little bit, then US started bringing a lot of troops, mostly First World War stuff, and we were already at 50s. So I had a lot better units, but for a while the US was pushing me back a little bit, and some of my troops around here I think got surrounded. And most of them got destroyed, aside from a group of paratroopers defending a town. But yeah, then I managed to bring in a lot of troops from South America and basically stopped their offensive and started destroying them, all their units. So after a while there was not too many units of the US on the field, but I had if we have a look at Atlas and go for total army stuff, I had about 1.5 million, they had 3.5. So they did have quite an advantage in terms of numbers. And of course they do have the naval supremacy in that game, which is probably something we won't be able to get rid of anytime soon. Efficiency is certainly growing a little bit. And approval is 26.7, so it's in the range where we might be able to win an election. Of course, there's still plenty of time to the election. But how is our claim doing? 33%. Okay, almost halfway there. Because we can only get to around 70% with these actions. But yeah, I'll use these two cavalry units to harass here and prevent them from flanking me for the most part. This cavalry unit will mostly act as a scout, I think. And after I've taken the capital, it will try to take out all these towns here. Labor shortage. Whoa! I didn't realize we had that little people available. Okay, domestic. Yeah, there's still a lot of people emigrating. It's alright. For the time being. So we got 800 of these, okay. I'm gonna let the research go for a little bit first before I start buying more industrial goods. However, it does seem that we've already reached the end of this episode, so if you enjoyed, please like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already, and down below in the description you'll also find links to my Patreon and Discord server, so you might want to check them out if you're interested. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye!